You're listening to The Upland Rookie, a podcast presented by Upland Brits, B Pro Kennels, Final Rise, and Inukshuk Professional Dog Food. And on today's episode, I sit down with my good friend, Chris Midgette, the hunting traveler, as you may know on Instagram, for a great conversation, catching up on life, dogs, hunting, and how our seasons have been. Big thanks to our title sponsor, B Pro Kennels. B Pro Kennels is a small business creating ultra high quality and custom dog boxes for the gun dog owner like you and I. No matter how big your string of dogs, B Pro Kennels will make sure you have a box that fits your needs for you and your gun dogs. With an innovative storage design and built-in solar panel and battery bank for quick access to charging accessories like dog collars, lights, fans, you name it. This is a dog box unlike anything you've seen before. Check them out at bprokennels.com. Oh, and they're made right here in the USA. And this is presented by Inukshuk Professional Dog Food, the world's highest energy dog food, period. Inukshuk's dense formulations ensure your pup in training and your seasoned bird dog get what they need to succeed in the field. High protein for muscle recovery and retention, high fat for quick access to much needed energy. Inukshuk works hard so your dogs can work harder. Check them out at inukshukpro.com. This podcast is also presented to you by Final Rise. All good things start with a solid foundation. At Final Rise, all three of their premium Upland vests are built around the foundational waist belt to provide you all-day comfort and endless customization. With a secure waist belt and thin, high-quality shoulder harness, this is the vest you can load down with birds and walk all day in. Final Rise is creating high-functioning upland gear that delivers comfort, balance, and a lifetime of memories. Check them out at finalrise.com. And this podcast is sponsored by Trinity Bretons, home of the Épingle Breton, also known as the French Brittany. All Trinity Breton dogs are from champion bloodlines that are field tested and family approved. For over 33 years, Trinity Bretons has worked to offer you the best bred Épingle Breton in the country. Trinity offers puppies, the Trinity Upland Academy with George Hickox, started dogs, stud services, and a whole lot more. Check them out at trinitybretons.com. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Upland Rookie Podcast. I'm your host, Will Larson, and really excited to be back with you guys for another episode today. We got episode 71, and talking with my good buddy, Chris Midgette. Also, you'll probably know him better as the Hunting Traveler on Instagram and Facebook, and you also probably recognize him from a lot of my stories. Love poking fun at Chris and just having a good time. He's a good buddy of mine. We've gotten to know each other pretty well over the last several years. You'll probably recognize Chris as well from episode 32. He joined me as a guest on episode 32 a while back, and this is more of a catch up, getting to know, hearing some updates about his dogs, kind of what they've went through this year, and catching up on our seasons. What have we been seeing, experiencing? What were some of the highlights so far? I know we got more time left to go shoot birds, but this is kind of a really good kind of catch up with him. He's just a really, really good guy, articulates things really, really well, and he's also putting out some incredible articles, blogs, things like that. So definitely want to check him out. I think it's like thehuntingtraveler.com maybe, or .org. I'm not sure, but I'll put it in the show notes so you can link to his website. He's got some cool articles. I think he's got maybe a couple things in Hunting Dog Confidentials, PU, Gun Dog Mag, couple things like that. So Chris is killing it. It's a really fun convo. Other than that, guys, we got 2023. Here we go. It's crazy. New year. Some exciting things coming up here for the podcast. Some guests lined up over the next month that I'm really, really excited about. I was talking with a buddy the other day, actually, and this is maybe unpopular opinion. Again, I know we're in the business of killing birds. Okay, that's our goal. We have bird dogs, shotguns, all this gear to go hunt birds, and that is, I love that. That is always going to be a passion of mine. But I love the process of training and just working bird dogs. I love it. If you had to kind of, if you had to force me to give you which one's my favorite, I'm going to go, like, I love the process in working dogs. Again, I know training's a year-round thing, so it's not the, I'm looking forward to summer, summer training. Summer's a great time to work your dogs, I think. But for me, I love working my dogs year-round, whether it's hunting season or not. But I get a lot of enjoyment and fulfillment from, taking my dogs out, working them, whether it's on birds or not. And also working on specific goals or things that we set that we're going to accomplish or work on. So, this is kind of random, but yeah, if you had to kind of ask me which is my favorite, it's a tough one, but I love working the dogs. There's a longer season to do it. There's 365 days to train or work your dogs. Hunting season is 3.5, 4 months, something like that. So, anyways, don't get me wrong. I freaking love hunting. I love chasing wild birds. It is something special. It is very, very special that we get to do, as outdoorsmen and women and upland hunters. So anyways, it's kind of a random fun fact for you. Send in all the messages and we can debate that. But I'm sure some people out there be like, well, it's only about hunting birds. Well, yes, it is. That's very true. I'm not saying that's not. But I personally love the process of training my dogs, working them, roading them, all the things that goes with owning bird dogs. Like, we have a responsibility to continually train them. It's not, January 31st hits or February 1st hits and the dog's sitting in the kennel or the backyard for 6 months. No, it's throughout the year. It's a responsibility that we have as upland bird hunters and bird dog owners to care for, train, condition, keep these dogs sharp mentally, physically. And so, anyways, let that be maybe an encouragement, I guess, for someone out there. Maybe you're new, maybe you have a couple bird dogs or a bird dog that you picked up this year that, you're just going, I don't know. I'm rambling now. You know me, guys. I get going on a tangent and I just keep talking. Anyways, so hopefully that encourages someone out there for the time you get to spend with your dogs, not just hunting, but training as well. Anyways, guys, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to do a review of the week. Yes, I am. Review of the week. I'm going to read a review. If you reach out to me, if I read your review and you reach out to me and let me know that I read yours, please let me know and I will shoot you over some Upland Rookie swag. Sticker. Well, that's pretty much all I have. I have some hats left as well, but those you got to pay for. Anyways, so review of the week is going to be I'm going to do the most recent one. I'll do one from this past Saturday. The title, a very entertaining bird hunting podcast. I love listening to Will. Oh, no, I love listening to Will. He says Will does a great job, but that comes later, actually. I love listening to the Upland Rookie podcast. Will does a great job of hosting, and he has a wide variety of upland hunting guests. I always learn something new when I listen to him and his guests. That is from Outdoor JWK. So Outdoor JWK, if you reach out to me, let me know if I read your review and I will shoot you over a Upland Rookie sticker or 2 or 3, who knows. Anyways, guys, the review system on Apple Podcasts. It's like a search engine kind of thing, I think. But I do know that podcasts that have more reviews, more 5-star ratings, when someone searches upland hunting podcasts or dog training or new to upland or something they search in the podcast, thing that they are looking for to gain information, the podcast will be higher in the search results. So it'll be one of those four first options that someone might see. And so would love to get to 200 reviews. We're super close. I think I got 176 reviews right now on Apple Podcasts. I don't know how many on Spotify. I haven't looked in a little bit, but if you guys would do me a huge favor, just take 30 seconds, a minute tops, and head over to Apple Podcasts. Just leave a quick star rating system and then a little written review. That's greatly going to help the podcast get out there to more people who are new to hunting, new to owning bird dogs. Maybe they want to get into field trials. We talk a lot about field trials as well on this. So if this can help someone out there who's going into another season, picking up new dogs, whatever it might be, I would really, really appreciate that. Would love, again, the quality of guests that we have on the show I owe all the credit to them. The guests have been able to articulate and share so much knowledge with you, the listeners, that even I'm learning things through that as well. Like I'm sitting here interviewing a guest, and I might be taking personal notes for myself of oh, I want to lean more into that, or I didn't know that, and I want to learn more about that trial or that training style. And so, huge shout out to every single guest who has been on this podcast so far. So really, thank you for investing your time and knowledge into the bird dog community. I really appreciate it, and I think a lot of people out there enjoy it as well. So, anyways, we are going to get right into the interview with Chris Midgette. So, everyone, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Recording has started. Holy good Lord. Okay, here we go, man. So good to see you again.
We're good this time.
We're gonna do a take 4 on this, and right. I'll just have to listen to the crap that Jeremy gives me when he listens to this, because he's gonna be like, "Well, I got it on the first take."
Not my fault.
Shut your mouth. I know it's not your fault. This is your trusty host issue here. So we're good, man. But catch me up. What have you been up to? And I know. So are you in South Carolina right now, or
North Carolina right now?
Yeah, North Carolina. Okay. And what brought you down there right now?
So I'm came down for Christmas. So I mean, we can start. Last time we talked was what, a year ago, right?
It's about that, yeah.
So I moved to Michigan. Well, I left my traveling job in April, maybe May. Just got tired of traveling every week for every week of the year. Especially now. I mean, I just posted that article today that 3,300 flights were canceled today with the snowstorm.
Yeah, something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid. So I got tired of that. Stopped traveling. Quit that job. Went to work for a client of mine in Michigan. So I've been living there. No more travel. Enjoy it. But yeah, I came down to Charlotte to my sister's house. I got a lot of family down here, so came down here for Christmas. It's like, I don't know if you're going to put the other part of the podcast on this, but it's warmer than back home, obviously. But it's getting cold. I mean, Charlotte's going to go down in the negatives tonight, so it'll. Oh, be, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. That's cold for Carolinas. Jeez,
dude. On the Virginia waterfowl Facebook groups, all I'm seeing is, "Oh, should I hunt my dog today? Should I hunt my dog today?" And I mean, I get why they ask it, but I'm like, no one can tell you if you can take your dog in the cold or not. Like, every dog's different. My old guy, he's sleeping on the bed next to me. He doesn't do cold at all. If it's like 40, 50 and he gets wet, he won't do it.
Yeah. Every dog's different. Yeah.
Travel or go break ice. I mean, he likes it. He's fine with it. So, the Virginia boys and North Carolina boys are getting froze out right now. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
It's weird because it's like, it's so widespread right now. I mean, people on Facebook that I'm seeing are west of me, way east of me, north, like everyone's cold right now. I'm like, what's going on?
You see that map? I saw a map today, and the meme said something like, is this an advertisement? Move to Florida. Basically, the northern part of Florida was in the 50s. Everything else was 60s or 70s. But to your point, the whole rest of the country was either negatives or like the 20s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere now. So it's pretty wild.
It's wild, man. I don't remember, even in Colorado here, we've had a couple cold years, but or cold days over the last couple of years. But this one's been, I mean, we're -2 right now. And then wind chills, maybe like -12 or something like that.
Yeah, I think back in Michigan, where I'm at, which really, we're right in the, let's see if I do it the right way for you. I think it's that way. We're right in the pocket right there. So we don't get quite the lake effect, but they were saying this snowstorm, I don't think it was as bad as they thought, but they thought it was going to be, one for the generation or whatever. And yeah, everything's getting iced up, and
that's
so
wild, man.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it too bad. Except when it's like this, I mean, dogs are out there for 5 minutes and they're back inside. Yeah. It's just kind of more of a pain in the ass.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, it's like, hurry up. Like Gage did his business the other day when ran right in his little dog house, and like he's waiting in there for me to call him in. He's like, all right, we ready?
Yeah, he's staging, getting ready. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But it's been fun, man. So how's Michigan been? I know you moved up there and getting settled, and how's it been for you?
It's good, man. I mean, I knew, luckily, since they were a client of mine for 2-3 years, everybody at work I already kind of knew. the best way I can phrase, at least where I'm at in Michigan, is I was telling somebody the other day, and I was like, they're like really nice Southern folk. They just talk funny. Like they all hunt and fish. They all drink beer. Like,
I want to start a war
nice
here, man. I want to start a war. all the Michigan listeners.
They make fun of me because I'll come to work and I'll say, "Man, I could really go for a Bojangles sandwich right now." And they're like, "Bojangles? What's a Bojangles?"
What'd you just say?
Bojangles, man. It's a great biscuit place.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. The hunting's pretty good. I didn't do a whole lot of waterfowl hunting in Michigan, just because by the time I got up there, I just didn't have enough time to scout and really didn't know the areas. So I didn't do a whole lot of waterfowl hunting. But, I have the boat up there now. So in the summertime, I can start scouting and find some spots. And then I did do a decent amount of grouse and woodcock hunting. I haven't gone after pheasant yet, but I do know there's some wild pheasants up there. So
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, man. A lot less people, they'll complain about traffic. And the city I'm in has, I think, 40,000. And I'm coming from like a area that had, the area of Virginia that I came from basically had 1 million people, like right within like a 30, 40 mile radius.
Okay, so this is a huge adjustment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a nice way.
Very good way. I mean, I'm like, they'll say, "Oh, man, it's rush hour." I'm like, y'all don't know rush hour. Like, this is not traffic.
It's like, just wait.
Yeah. I'm like, I can see the stoplight from here. I'm good. Like, it's not, so, but yeah, I mean, it was obviously a little bit of adjustment. Getting used to not pack my suitcase every Sunday. And
because you were on the road all the time. I mean, it was just every week.
Let's see if I can pull it up. Let's see if I look at actually, I might have deleted the app.
I mean, hence your Instagram name, right? The Hunting Traveler.
Yeah, that's what started it. So let's see. I'm trying to pull up on this app. If I do travel stats.
Oh, we got a travel stat app. Look at you.
Yeah, it's a whole app. It used to keep track of my traps. And, so if I look at last year, I mean, even when did COVID hit? 2020 or 2019?
2020. Early 2020.
Right, so even in 2020, I traveled, and this is just flights. This doesn't count driving to stores and stuff. I did 66,000 miles of flying that year. I was in a hotel 173 nights.
Just in 2020?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
My worst year was 2016. I was in a hotel 283 days out of the year.
Oh my God. Yeah. Dude, that's insane. So this has got to be a nice little change for you.
It was. I mean, I was done with the dogs more, especially, I mean, not to get sentimental, but, my older boy, and he's 12, he's slowing down and stuff. So it'd be nice to be with him. And then the hard part, man, was like, I have to do house chores now because I didn't have to. I was always in a hotel. Like I had to start buying groceries and cooking my own food.
Chris, I don't feel bad for you. And I'm sure none of the listeners do.
I'm not used to it. I was the first week or two of being in Michigan and not traveling. I think I was ordering food every lunch and every night. Oh, yeah. Good God, I eat a lot of food and it's expensive. I was like, I gotta start cooking, buying groceries and stuff.
That's crazy, man. Oh my gosh.
First world problems, I guess, right?
Yeah, totally. We all got our things. So, man. So this fall, catch us up on the fall, I guess. I mean, what hunting did you do? And I know you took a trip out west. You were. Yep. I almost met up with you. You were just about 6 hours north of me. I know you did Wyoming. You did a Wyoming trip, and catch us up. What were some of the highlights you got to do this year?
Wyoming was cool. That was actually the week before that. A guy that I hunted with last year in Kansas. I guess he's got a grouse camp on the western side of Michigan. So he invited me out there for, I think we were out there 2 days. And this was early September, if I remember correctly. It was tough. The leaves were still on the trees. It was pretty warm. But we didn't flush too many the first day. The second day we flushed 40 something woodcock and like 12 or 14 grouse.
Wow.
We didn't shoot that many. You could hear them see them for a split second, then they were gone in the branches. But
sure.
It was good getting the dog on bird contacts. And I'm still very, very new to rough grouse hunting. So I picked their brain, what they're looking for. And One of the guys is very old school, Mike. He's got, all the maps printed off, and he's, all about it. Like, this is what I'm looking for on the map as far as habitat. And
Wow.
We'll drive past it and he'll tell me that that's too thick or that's not thick enough and stuff. So
That's cool.
that was a good experience.
Yeah. And
I think that
real quick, was that your dog's first time on grouse and like woodcock or have they been on that before? I forget.
Traveler and I went to Maine last year for rough grouse. So he's been on grouse before, and he's been on woodcock in Virginia because we get a decent flight of woodcock in Virginia. But still very new to that too.
Sure.
Just learning from guys that's done it their whole entire lives was good. So yeah, that was the week before we took the drive out to Wyoming. Brian Baumgartner and actually went with the Flushman Dustin guys. They met up with us, and then a couple other guys, Uriah and JoJo. I think we ended up having like 9 dogs.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty big camp.
We had a lot of dogs. It was it worked out well. I mean, we camped on public. Well, actually, we hunted all public also. But the first, I got cold, dude. The first night, I think it was down in the 20s. I mean, this is September. And then the second night, we got hailed on and lightning and thunder. We were camping up in the mountain. And I got a little dicey.
I'm sure.
Ryan slept in his truck, so he was safe and sound. I'm sitting there laying in my tent, and Traveler's next to me, and I'm looking at the roof of my tent, just listening to the hail. I'm like, please God, if this hail punches through, like, this is gonna suck miserably.
We're screwed.
Yeah, this is not gonna go well. But that was a learning experience too, just trying to figure out what the sage grouse were doing.
Yeah.
It was, my goal was just to, get Traveler one. I didn't care about, really me shooting one.
Sure.
I just wanted to get him on sage grouse, get some pictures of that, because who knows how much longer we'll be able to hunt those.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think we were there for, actually, we didn't even stay the whole time. We shot maybe a few the first day, did better the second day. And then I think we hunted the third day. And then the fourth day, we were like, we're kind of done. I mean,
yeah.
It was
kind of accomplish what you were there to do.
Yeah,
and
we all accomplished our goals. And
nice.
I mean, it's a long haul. So dogs did well.
That's great, man.
So we did that in September, came home for a few weeks. And then basically I spent the whole month of October in North Dakota, duck hunting for 2 weeks, and then joined Brian again for a pheasant hunt again.
Okay.
Did that for 2 days. So yeah, October is basically all North Dakota pretty much.
That's awesome, man. That's all hunting in North Dakota ducks. Was that pretty good?
That's always good, man.
Is it? Okay. I know it's kind of one of the meccas for waterfowl and all that.
We started driving out there, I don't know, 7 years ago, maybe. My friends used to go to Arkansas, and Arkansas there's just so many people.
Really? Is Arkansas kind of like the Montana of upland hunting or of waterfowl?
Yeah. I mean, when people are thinking like, Stuttgart, it claims it's the duck hunting capital of the world. You got Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. You have Biomeda, some of the most famous WMAs are right there. So I mean, it's cool. I mean, if you want to hunt public flooded timber for ducks, that's the place to go. So we used to go there, and it just got so. I mean, you'd be at the boat ramp, and there's 50 guys putting their boats out, and it just got to be a little much. So yeah, we ended up going to North Dakota. We've been doing that, and every year we go to a different city. We kind of look at the map and where the water is at, drive out there.
Sure.
We get by this time we have a general idea of where we want to go.
It's been 7 years, a long time to scout and get to know the area.
But really, there's been a couple of years where we drove out to the previous city that we hunted, and we're like, oh, there's no ducks here. And so we would just go, all right, well, it looks like there's water over here. Let's drive there. Yeah. If we find ducks, we'll find a hotel or Airbnb and make it work. And you just gotta be flexible.
And is that a mixture of private and public? Because it's, a lot of knocking on doors and, hey, I see some water here. Can I get on your property?
A lot of knocking on doors. And luckily at this point, again, for the cities that we have hunted before, we know the farmers pretty well.
Sure.
We always, I'm writing an article on this right now, but we always bring them gifts, whether it's, a lot of times we'll bring peanuts. Virginia peanuts is a big thing. We'll bring, my buddy does a lot of saltwater fishing, so he'll bring, tautog, flounder, I don't know, some other fish that he's caught recently, and he'll bring that
nice.
to it. It's stuff that they can't get.
Totally. That's a super nice gesture too. Again, you're asking them to hunt the property, and just really, I think it's a really great thing to do.
A lot of times when we do knock on doors when we're told no, it's because they had a bad experience. Somebody either tore up the property or just were, assholes or something. Whereas to your point, the farmer, I mean, that's his livelihood, right? That's how he makes his living and provides for his family. So the least we can do is clean up after ourselves. We don't drive on the fields. We have, we haul everything in a sled and take it across. And then, clean up with those mojo sticks. I don't know if you've ever seen them with the magnet on the end.
Yep.
Dude, those things are lifesavers.
Yeah.
And then, give them something. There's one guy, I don't know if I told you a story. We were going to hunt his field this a couple of years ago. And we said, hey man, when we're done, do you want any ducks or geese that we shoot? And he goes, no, I'll just take a case of beer. I said, okay. So we went to the gas station, and all 6 of us bought him a case and went back to his house. And he had left, and his wife was like, just put it in the garage. And we said, okay. So he called us maybe an hour or two later and was like, boys, y'all can come hunt my property whenever you want. He was like, y'all loaded me up up here for a while. But we were like, yes, sir.
Awesome.
But I mean,
that's awesome.
$20, maybe $15 to hunt the guy's property. I mean,
it's not a huge deal, but I think that the impact that left on him then is a very positive one. He's like, these guys were awesome. Like, of course, it's gonna help, I think, future people too. And, even other people in that area. Hey, these guys were super, nice and had a good experience with them. And so,
I mean, to your point, it goes a long way where we get to know these guys and eventually kind of networks and builds our network of farmers that, hey, who's got some birds on his field? Go drive down, or you know what, I'll call them for you. And so, I mean,
that's even better. That's even better. Let me call Ronnie real quick for you.
Right. So I mean, North Dakota is always a good trip. We always, I'll see. I mean, shoot, the first year I took Traveler out there, he had more birds in his mouth in 2 weeks in North Dakota than he probably would in 10 years of duck hunting in Virginia.
Really?
So, I can't beat that.
That's awesome.
So, had another good duck year, and then
that's awesome.
Pheasants,
I might have to meet you up there one year, man. That sounds pretty fun.
It's a lot.
North Dakota waterfowl.
It's I mean, it's 2 weeks of, I respect guides so much more after doing these big long trips. I mean, we're up at 3, we're leaving at 4, we're driving, let's say an hour and a half to get to the spot. You're hunting. Okay. You finished hunting. Now you have to scout for the next day because you can't just burn out the spot. So you got to, go eat lunch, go scout. Someone's got to go to the hotel, clean ducks, clean guns. I mean, and you're just doing that every single
over
day.
And over. Yeah.
So not to mention after that, or before that, you had anywhere between 26 to 32 hour drive to get out there.
Sure. So, right. Yeah. All the time. Yeah. Time and energy getting there.
It's
golly.
It's a haul. I've had friends that, especially like I had an ex one time that was kind of mad at me for doing this trip, and she was like, "Oh, you're just out there having a bunch of fun and blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And then she was like, "You're probably going to a bunch of bars." I'm like, "We're going to bed at 8 o'clock."
You're right. We're up at 3.
Going to the bars. Yeah, we are exhausted.
Oh man,
it's fun. And then we did the pheasant trip after duck hunting, and that was. I mean, we shot a decent amount of roosters. Not as many as last year.
Okay.
It was harder to find them. Traveler did get his first Sharpie. So
that's right. That's awesome.
Well, let me rephrase. He flushed one last year. And again, me being a novice at the Upland world, the day before the dogs had gotten skunked. And so when I asked them, how'd y'all know it was a skunk? They said when the dogs went in there and nothing came out, we knew. And then obviously they could smell it. Well, I have no sense of smell whatsoever. I've never had it my whole entire life. So that's kind
of sad.
Yeah, it sucks. This next day, Traveler beeline into this brush, nothing got up. And so my first thought was, oh, hell, he's getting skunked. So I went over there. Right when I got there, he actually jumped into another part of the bush, and bird got up, and I put my gun up and I said, oh, that's not a rooster. And put my gun down. Then I put my gun back up. So I said, that's not a hen.
Oh.
And as soon as I went to pull the trigger, the guy I was with, I get Pat a hard time. He goes, hen. So I put the gun down. And then Ryan walks over and goes, why didn't you shoot? I said, I thought it was a hen. He goes, no, it was a Sharpie. And dude, it was like 5 feet in front of me. So that was last year. So this year, we kind of hit some potholes and we're walking back and Traveler's working in front of me. And sure enough, got a Sharpie, but he was straight in line with me. And the bird really didn't get that high. So I didn't want to shoot over his head. But Ryan ended up shooting it. So Traveler got a flush and retrieve a Sharpie. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, that made up for letting the one last year get away.
Yeah, for sure. That'll
what's that?
I said that'll stick with you for sure.
Yeah, I mean that one. So this year he's got his first sage grouse and his first sharptail. So
that's awesome. I had a similar experience a couple of years ago. I was hunting with 3 other guys. So we're hunting for pheasants, and so we're kind of pheasants were on the brain. We're in a big line of 4 guys, and this flock of Sharpies gets up, and it's wind's howling. We're spread out pretty good, and the guy on the far left is yelling hens. Mm-hmm. I'm yelling Sharpies. So the guys in the middle are like, I'm like, shoot. Yeah, right. So they're getting like mixed messages, and we didn't take any from that. And
did they shoot?
No, I shot. No one else shot, and they're like, "What'd you?" I'm like, "They were Sharpies."
Yeah, so, I mean, it's probably, if you're unsure, it's probably better to lean on the side of caution, I suppose. You know, it's not worth it.
Well, yeah. I remember being really nervous when I first started hunting Sharpies. I remember being super nervous of like hen versus Sharpie, but and I can see why, because I mean, there's definitely similarities. But once you get, I think, a few flushes, like you build your own confidence a little bit.
That's like, I mean, it's no different than duck hunting. When you're hunting with someone that really hasn't hunted ducks, well, just differentiating a duck from a goose, for instance, like you just naturally know that because you've seen it. But even within that, without seeing the colors, you can tell the difference between a mallard versus a widgeon just by the silhouette or the wing beats or the angle of the wings and stuff.
Yeah, so you learn like those little nuances of of the characteristics.
And you can explain it to people, but until they see it enough. So to your point with me and the Sharpie, the last year, I knew it was different, but I wasn't positive enough that it was different enough to know that it wasn't a hen pheasant.
That makes sense. That makes total sense.
So, it was. It's been a pretty good year.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I told you, Traveler had he's a lucky dog in that he gets freak injuries. He had I was
just going to ask you. I said, it was either Traveler or your older one. I thought it got hurt.
No, it was Traveler. Traveler at the end of last year had his he ruptured a membrane in his jaw, like not a mucus membrane. Anyways, he ruptured that. They got that fixed. But then in September, October, he was just like pooping a lot, but super stopped up, couldn't get it out. So it turns out he had a perineal hernia. So basically he developed pockets on the side of his colon that they had to do surgery repair. So he was on that. I haven't hunted him since we got back from North Dakota.
Okay. So he hunted North Dakota still?
Yeah, they did. Okay. They looked at him before I went. They looked at him in September, actually. And I asked the vet, I said, is he good to go? Can he run and hunt? And they're like, no, he's fine. It's okay. So then they did the surgery, and he's better now. So
that's
he's
great.
all good to go. Yeah.
Little setback.
But just freak injuries with him, man. And the crazy thing is, if you read up on the perineal hernia, no one really knows what causes them. Whether it's genetics, whether it's just luck of the draw. They do know uncastrated males have a higher preponderance or propensity to get it, but they don't really still know what cause. Not diets. Acute injury. They don't really know what it is. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when you were telling me about that back then. I didn't know how long he was I don't think you knew how long he was going to be on the IR for.
It was like 8 to 10 weeks of just no. I mean, I had to carry him. So I'm living in an apartment right now since I moved up to Michigan. And so I had to carry him down the stairs, let him go do his business outside. And I'm like, thank God he's not a freaking fat lab or something. Like, he's only 45
Can you
pounds.
imagine you like, get yourself outside, buddy?
Dude, I would have done like a pulley system or something.
Oh, exactly. You'd have to lower him over the railing.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Just let him go.
It's not a bad idea, honestly. We're in a second floor apartment.
Yeah. So,
oh man, how's the older one doing? Are you still hunting him much, or is he getting up there?
No, let's see. I'll take him in Virginia. I'll take him dove hunting here and there. He was never, how should I phrase it? Great pet, great house dog. Was never formally force fetched. Loves to hunt. Just, will drop it at my feet or, not the great. And then he doesn't like cold weather. So Upland and dove, he's good, but he's 12 years old now, so I'll take him to preserves, and he's slowing down and getting overweight and just being a lazy bum now. So I'll take
living his best life.
He is. I mean, he still gets pissed when I don't take him hunting. So occasionally, like I said, I'll take him to a put and take and give him 3 birds, 3 chucker to find or something. Sure.
Yeah. Give him a little something, a little reward. Yeah,
he doesn't know the difference. So he's happy.
Basically a senior citizen now, right?
Yeah. And, my girlfriend can't get mad at me because what is she going to say no to the old man that can't really hunt anymore? If I want to go to the put and take, she can't get mad at me for that.
No, you owe him that.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor guy.
I get more time in the field now.
Exactly. Look at that. Double up. Oh man. What was I going to ask you? Oh, this is so stupid. How many pictures do you have of Traveler in your front seat of your truck? Just curled up in a little ball, giving you like, dude, what are we doing here?
He is the best driving dog or riding dog.
I would say so. At least from the pictures I see.
Dude, he will not move. I mean, occasionally he'll like readjust his position, but he doesn't move. He doesn't make a noise. The only time he gets excited is when I pull off the interstate to get gas, because he probably also knows chicken nuggets are coming, and then he gets excited.
Exactly.
But he's driven multiple 24, 28, 30-hour drives with me.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a peep. So yeah, I take a lot of pictures because I got to entertain myself when I'm driving.
Oh yeah. You have to entertain yourself. You have to entertain your followers. I mean, it happens. He seems like a pretty chill dog, which is pretty nice traveling.
Well, in the truck he is, but man, when he's in the field, I mean, duck hunting, he's good. He's got good obedience duck hunting as far as being steady, being patient, not whining. But I mean, upland hunting, when he's in the field, he's just, just constant back and forth, constant. So he's got the good balance of, what most people want. And people will call, I've seen on Facebook, they'll call Boykins, Destroykins. And
I haven't seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's just people that buy these Boykins that forget that it's a hunting dog, and they don't give the dog a job, and they don't release its energy, and they start tearing up crap, and they blame the dog. I'm like, no, it's you.
Yeah.
And people complain about the dog. I mean, my family's had I've had to guess 13 to 15 Boykins in our family. Because I grew up with them.
Sure.
Never once did we have any tear anything up. I mean, you just it's obedience, but they
had a job, right?
They had a job.
Yeah.
They also knew when we're inside, if I'm not throwing a tennis ball inside, then it's time for them to lay down, hutch, and be good. Just don't be hurt.
Right. Exactly.
They have a good switch. So yeah, Traveler's good with the truck, man. He enjoys it.
That's good. How many chicken nuggets do you get to feed him? Here's a better question. How many chicken nuggets do you eat on a freaking road trip, man? My God.
It's a thing. Man, I was so pissed on the way down to Charlotte. I was like, I've got to get some chicken nuggets. And I needed, but I didn't. I hate stopping before I need gas. I don't do any unnecessary.
I try to pair it together.
Exactly. The only problem was I didn't have to stop until like 11, because I didn't get any nuggets before I left because I wasn't hungry. So I was putting a lot of math into this.
So thing. First world problems. Didn't get any chicken nuggets before I left for my trip.
Yeah. So I stopped and McDonald's was closed, so I had to settle for some Taco Bell. But all right, so let's see. I would say, I'm always going to get at least a 20 piece.
At least.
Oh yeah. At least.
Oh gosh.
One time, I was driving home from Pennsylvania when I was working up there for a couple of days, and I ordered a Chick-fil-A catered meal, like the catered ones.
Yeah, for like a party.
Yeah, and it was like 140 chicken nuggets, and I put it in the passenger seat and just ate it the whole ride. It's 8 hours of just eating chicken nuggets. I mean,
as a strategy, food does kind of keep, like, if you're actively eating it, it kind of keeps you awake. So I mean, that's smart.
Yeah. And I think Ryan and I ordered when we were on our way to Wyoming. I think we both ordered. Maybe he ordered a 20p or no, we had like 80 nuggets in the truck. I think we just
Good Lord. So this goes a little deeper than I thought it was. I thought this was just like a casual, like, a 10 count.
No, because they're good to eat. They don't make a mess. You don't have to worry about stuff falling out. I'll give Traveler total out of the 20 piece. I'll give him like maybe one or two. I don't give him a whole lot. I know it's not good for him. So
sure. Well, it's not good for humans either, really.
Well, that's fair. That's a fair point. He doesn't like the French fries though. He won't eat the French fries.
Yeah, they've gone downhill, I think.
That's true.
Over the last 20 years. But the one disagreement, you said you had to settle for Taco Bell. That's a bold state. I don't know about if you had to settle. You kind of upgraded to Taco Bell, I would say, on that trip.
Well, the problem with Taco Bell is it's hit and miss. Like some Taco Bells can make a hell of a taco and a hell of a quesadilla. Other ones, it's just crap. There's no chicken. It's not wrapped up.
Dude, you're going to the wrong Taco Bells. You're going to the wrong ones then.
When I'm on a road trip, I don't get to choose. It's a problem. It's a major problem. Yeah, Taco Bell. Just if you ever order, well, this is years and years ago, but if you ever order one of everything at Taco Bell, it's $172.
Oh well, that is great to know.
I know that from personal experience.
I can tell. I can tell you've done this. Yeah, I mean, that's great. The Mexican pizza is back, right?
I did see that. I haven't had one of those in a long time, like since the 90s, probably.
What? Oh my gosh, dude, those are incredible. So here's my quick Taco Bell rant is they took them off the menu a while back, and then everyone was in upheaval. They're like, what the heck? Why'd you take this off the menu? So they brought it back for a very short time, like 3 weeks, and then took it off. They took it off again. Then they brought back. There was this big campaign. They were bringing it back. They brought it back for another 2 weeks. And then they had signs pre-made, fancy Taco Bell signs that said sold out. Okay. They knew they were only bringing it back for a couple of weeks, put sold out signs over it. Yeah. And it was a year later, then they just came out with it again. So
they had to market. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a whole marketing thing. You get people excited. And then
what was, do you remember the Double Down? I think was what it was called at KFC back in the early 2000s. I remember I was in college.
Yeah.
Do they sell those? Those are like a heart attack.
No, I don't think. I mean, and all the KFCs around, at least me, are closing. We just had two that were kind of close.
They didn't keep the Double Down.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why.
I mean, who doesn't want a sandwich with made out of 2 chicken breasts instead of bread, and then cheese and bacon? Who doesn't want that?
That is golden. Yeah. That is golden. Oh, dude, I'll send you this. I'll send you this reel I just found the other day. It's someone making a buffalo mac and cheese sandwich at Chick-fil-A. Have you seen this? Oh, I'll send it to you. So I did one yesterday, actually. So you just get a spicy chicken sandwich, buffalo sauce.
Okay.
Then once you get it, and order mac and cheese. So then you take the chicken patty out and put it in the little bag it comes in, and dump a bunch of buffalo in there, and shake it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the whole chicken breast is covered in buffalo sauce. Take it out, put it back on the bun. Then take your mac and cheese, put it on top of the chicken, put the pickles back over, drizzle some ranch, and then put the bun on. It is glorious.
I'm just wondering who had time enough to think of this.
Dude, I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner.
Yeah, as if I dish this. I mean, you're right.
Because you're coating the whole thing.
Yeah.
Instead of dipping it in one bite at a time, it takes so much effort.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
So I'll send it to you. It's amazing. But
I'll have to look at that.
You'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah, we don't have. I don't know where the closest Chick-fil-A to me is. I know we don't have one, but
that's a sad day right there.
Yeah, well, we don't have Waffle House. That's what really saddens me. Also,
no, that's not that sad.
We're gonna get back into this again.
Are we gonna start this on the air right now?
Waffle House is a thing, and it is a great.
Are we gonna fight right now?
It is an American establishment,
dude. It's like $100 for me and my wife to go eat there.
At Waffle House?
Yeah, dude. I took my wife, and I think we had 2 kids at the time, and maybe one other person with us. I forget who, a friend of ours. It was like $80. It's like, no, you get waffles. It's just
did you go to an actual Waffle House?
It was an Yeah, no, it was an actual Waffle House. I'm
Were
like,
you afraid that you were going to get stabbed while you're there? Because that's how you know if you had a real Waffle House.
we were there at like 2:00 on a Sunday afternoon. I
No,
was
you gotta go like
fearful.
4:00 in the morning is the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's when the good waffles come out.
Yeah, and that's when you get Waffle House is like, you get the entertainment of watching them cook your food. So it's kind of like hibachi. But you also get entertainment of all the people that are eating there or drunk or high or whatever they are. And so you get the entertainment of the people that come in. So you get two shows for your food. So
I love that you just compared a Waffle House to a hibachi grill.
It is. It's redneck hibachi. You can sit there and you sit at the bar and you watch them cook your food. So you know exactly what they're doing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I will never look at a Waffle House the same now or a hibachi. But
now you'll have a better appreciation for it. Like,
I will.
I'm okay paying this much for my food because I'm getting entertainment now. So
let's make waffles at home too.
No, I don't mess with waffles. I feel like I need a waffle maker.
Well, yes, you do. That's a kind of a necessity.
Yeah, that's just extra crap that I don't want. Golly. Well, I do miss the waffles at the hotel because those were easy. Just, put it in.
Hotel waffles are pretty solid. They're
especially if they hit you with that weird batter, like the pumpkin batter or whatever it is.
Oh, see, no, I just want traditional, but that's where we differ.
Are you a heavy syrup guy? Like I have to fill every square at least.
Oh, no. I'm a medium. Like drizzle over the whole thing, make sure it's all coated pretty well. And I just don't like the real thick, like the real thick fake syrup. I don't know. I like mine a little like, I don't know, more like Canadian maple syrup.
I can go with that.
A little bit of a syrup snob, but
I just have to make mine so it barely can stay on my fork because it's so saturated with syrup. I want a little waffle with my syrup, essentially.
Okay. I'm that way with my ranch, so I get
clearly I'm great with nutrition and
yeah. Chris, we might need to talk.
McDonald's.
We might need to talk about your eating. You know what's funny is I wrote a couple like just questions for myself on a note here for this conversation, and I wrote down the second to last bullet is your eating habits on the road.
Straight healthy. It's really, really good.
So good.
I mean, I try to, but there's just so much deliciousness out there.
I mean, dude, you gotta. I mean, YOLO. You only live once.
Yeah, especially back when I traveled, because then I wasn't paying for it because I had per diem. So the company's money.
Perfect.
So why not, right?
Go to a nice McDonald's then.
Yeah. Do you have a Costco, Sam's Club out there?
Yeah, we both.
They have some knockoff chicken nuggets that are Chick-fil-A nuggets that if you stick in the air fryer, I've tried them.
I haven't done them yet.
Look good. Yeah, okay. You got to buy them.
Okay.
They're just like, they're not like cooked in holy water like Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah, it's nuggets different. We're talking different level there.
Yeah, but it's close.
Okay,
it's close.
I wonder if I could fool my kids with that. That'd be kind of funny.
I bet they wouldn't be able to tell.
We just crushed 30 chicken minis this morning for breakfast.
Ooh, 30 of them.
30.
But you also have like 17 kids.
Yeah, so it went everyone got a half a chicken mini.
Here's your slice.
Take a little nibble. We have 6. Yeah, we've had the baby. She's
that's right.
A little over 3 months. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's crazy, but yeah, it's fun. Dude, what are you reading right now? Any good hunting books?
Yeah, right now I'm reading Pheasants on the Mind. I forgot how I found this one. I think someone must have posted it like a year or two ago. Because I never heard of it. And I forgot the artist or the author's name. But yeah, Pheasants on the Mind. I'm reading. And pretty much every week I'll pick up a random one of those books that has just short hunting stories in it and just read some of those short stories. So maybe something by Burton Spiller or obviously Gene Hill. I love him. Yeah. I can always read him. But yeah, right now Pheasants on the Mind. It's I think if I remember correctly, the author. Do you know the Art of Bird Dogs on Instagram?
Yeah.
John Wright. He was telling me, I think it was him that told me that the author, I think, died while he was fly fishing. I think he like fell on a rock or something like that. Or something happened to the author. But yeah. That's a pretty good book. So I'm reading that. And then non-hunting book, I'm reading, I don't know if you've seen the commercials for Rogue Heroes. It's a war show about British SAS in World War II.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy show.
Is it?
So I started reading about the British essay. I like military history too, so I was reading that.
Nice.
And then, I mean, the problem is now I have so many magazines that I'm reading it between Project Upland, Covey Rise, On the Fly, Traditions, DU, Delta. That
the list goes on.
Oh, and then I ordered the new book for God, who put it? Come out, the Mouthful of Feathers book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I ordered that.
But that's isn't that an old book that came back or something?
No. It's I think that's it. I'm trying to look it up now. Now this book has I think some Andy Wayman stories in it. It's got an article or story by Edgar Castillo. There's a bunch of new.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason that was like Mouthful of Feathers was an older.
There is a book, Mouthful of Feathers. What is the name of the book? It's something like that though.
No, I saw it online the other day. So people were posting it.
Yeah, their book is also going to be called Mouthful of Feathers, Upland in America. Okay. I did a pre-order that. I don't know. I think it's coming out in the summer.
Oh, nice. So, that's exciting.
Yeah. I think I finished Andy's second book a couple of weeks ago. Okay. That's pretty good. So
was that the newer one that came out?
Yeah.
That was really good.
Well, if you would say so, because he hunts with Brittany's.
I mean, of course. It's a French Brittany, but yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
It's the difference between McDonald's chicken nuggets and Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
There's a difference. There's a difference, man. No, okay. They're all Brits, but no, that was an awesome book. What was I going to say? I know what was the Gene Hill book you sent me to read? I think I read like 10 pages.
Probably Fireside.
Yeah. Fireside Feebles. 10 pages were really good.
How'd you make it?
I just lost interest.
You have 6 kids. How'd you lose interest? He's the phenomenal.
I was like reading it. I was like, I wasn't really like following it real well. I didn't like get into it fully yet. And so I was just like,
We'll just go to the next story. Because they're all short stories. All the stories are like 5 pages.
Oh, that's good.
They're not interconnected. So you can read like one and then move on to the next one.
It's so like for me reading Andy's book, that's like, I don't sit down and read a lot. So that was like an accomplishment for me.
So I read constantly.
Yeah. You read like nuts. You just don't read my Facebook or my Instagram messages though.
Well, I read the first line and then.
Hey, don't backtrack now.
That had nothing to do with the technical difficulties anyways. I was just a little late getting on the call. So
yeah, you messaged me be like, hey, I'm trying to log in. That's like a plea for like, I don't know how to use this technology.
I didn't see that I had to use Chrome. So
oh gosh.
But there's a lot of like really good upland, even just hunting in general literature out there now. I mean, I feel like there's a lot more publications. There's a lot of good writing out there right now. I mean, a lot of newer guys are throwing in their name or just putting articles out. And I think also with, obviously, I mean, not that the internet's new, but just there's more blogs, but also more websites that now you can get more writers on there because they constantly need more content because that's more of just now, put more stuff online. So, which I think is good because I think me personally, I like a mix of some how-to stuff. Obviously, me trying to learn more about rough grouse hunting, there's got to be that outlet. But me personally, I enjoy more of the hunting stories, or stuff that if I'm sitting there thinking about hunting, but I can't because it's during the summer, I can go read a story and put my mind back in that place.
Totally.
I think there's a lot of guys that are doing a great job of that now. So it's cool.
It is. It's a cool time. A lot of good articles, like you said, magazines, all this stuff. Like there's a ton of information out there, whether it's again books, articles, podcasts, video. Like it's a cool time to be a upland hunter. I think right now, especially if people are just getting into it. Like there's resources out there. There's people who are willing to help, and if you just have to reach out to. So I think it's a good time.
That's like Drake Waterfowl is re-releasing McAllister's Upland line.
Okay. Oh wow.
So McAllister came out with, I mean, they had some duck hunting stuff years ago, but they were more traditional gear, which I kind of like. So I started wearing, I didn't get summer stuff until later on in the season. But I think to your point, more and more people are getting into upland hunting, which has more published, publications looking at it. There's more companies. I mean, think about how many vest companies exploded in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So I think if I had to put a number on, I'd say Upland is growing faster than other types of hunting.
Yeah, so, I'd probably agree. Again, I'm not super in tune with all the other, deer and elk and waterfowl stuff, but I know from what I've seen with Upland, like it has been growing really, really fast, and I think it's pretty cool. Hey, I only got a couple minutes left here. I got to get my son to a hockey camp, but my closing question for you, man, this is going to be a good one here. When, the audience wants to know, I want to know, when are you getting a Brit?
Oh.
When are you gonna make the switch? Come on over to the short tail white dog.
It'll never be a full switch. It'll be like a dip of the toe in. I don't know, man. I still like Brits. But then I was looking at Gordon setters. Those are just very pretty to me. Now and then a couple weeks ago, well, I guess really a couple months ago, I was looking into the Picardys.
The what?
Picardy Spaniel.
I don't even know what that is.
It is.
You would go that route. You would go the bougie route. You totally would.
I had to do something different. Now, John, the Art of Bird Dogs on Instagram, kind of told me there's a reason why these breeds are less well known. So you should probably just stick to what's good and what's proven. And then my ego, it was like, no, I want something cool.
To the opposite.
Yes. So we'll see. I think, I don't know, man, 2 dogs is not terrible. 3 dogs, I feel like would be a lot. So I might have to wait till Cooper over here, gets finishes in his fun time here. Sure. But yeah, I mean, those are probably the major 3 that I'm looking at. Cause I love the size and look of Brit, but then Gordons are just,
no, they're cool for sure. They are cool looking dogs. I haven't hunted over one, but they sure look pretty.
There's a bunch in Michigan, but that Picardy too is just super interesting to me.
I'll have to look that one up. You're saying Picardy?
Picardy, Picardy.
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
Craig Koshik, the guy that runs Hunting Dog Confidential. Okay, he has at least one, and he is super involved in the breeding and just keeping the numbers. There's only like 150, 200 in the U.S. Oh wow. There's not many. But he hunts with his duck and Upland.
Okay. Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That's awesome, man. Okay, well, we'll see what happens here in the future for you.
Yeah.
See where you land.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to end up being a Brittany.
Yeah. Okay.
The old lady likes the Brittany's too. So.
Oh well. Geez, perfect.
I know.
Perfect. Well,
gotta compromise somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, Chris. Well, dude, thanks so much for doing this. It was really fun catching up with you again here on the podcast. And I think you're only my maybe second or third repeat guest. So consider yourself in a certain elite league, I guess. I don't know.
Great. I made it to the top. Good.
It was a highly liked episode. I'll say that. So thanks for jumping on again. And then I know you got a blog and website and everything, right? Is that Hunting? So just Hunting Traveler?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the Hunting Traveler with 2 L's in Traveler.
Okay. I would just encourage people, check that out. I mean, you got a ton of cool stories and articles you've written, and you have a good way of writing, man. So keep that up. And I love. Yeah, you do. You sure do. So thanks for doing that.
Thanks, Will. Appreciate it.
All right, Chris. We'll talk to you later, man.
Likewise.
Right,
bye-bye.
Bye. All right, that's a wrap of episode 71 with Chris Midgette of The Hunting Traveler. Check him out on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, thehuntingtraveler.com. I'll link it in the show notes below. Hey, guys, don't forget, leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Huge impact for the show. So it takes 30 seconds, a minute tops, if you want to write something really long. Just remember, I'm going to be doing a review of the week. And so next couple months, I'll if I read your review, please shoot me a message on Instagram. Let me know I read your review, and I will get you out a sticker from the Upland Rookie Podcast. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. Hope everyone is doing well, having a great first couple days to your new year, 2023. Remember, set some goals. What are you going to be working on this year? What's the new bird you want to chase? What's the new state you want to hunt? So whatever it might be, now's a great time. I know I don't want to sound cliche, But now is a great time to, set your 2023 goals. What is that you're going to be working on with your dog, you personally, whatever it might be, hunting related or not. So great time of year to do that. Write those down. Make them measurable. Make sure you can measure that goal. Did you meet it or did you not? And put a plan of action into it. You've heard me talk about that on previous episodes as well. But put a plan of action on whatever goal X is. Well, okay, how are you going to achieve that goal? So anyways, I hope everyone's doing well, and I will be talking to you guys next week here on the show. Until then, go put some miles on those boots and follow your favorite bird dog. Take care.